Hey, let's talk about that dirty old son of a B chord. The B chord can be kind of a frustrating thing to get fluent with. First thing I would do is maybe let's make it as easy as possible. We can kind of go in steps. If you can find a B note, that's going to be the bass note. So when I say that, I mean fifth string, second fret. Just get that B in your ear. You can also get one up here, 7th fret, 6th string, but just be ready for those B's. The kind of B chord I'm talking about would look like that, but how do you, let's do step by step. If you do a root and a fifth, you got a power chord, which sounds pretty big and full. You can do the same thing up here. The root and the fifth, that's a B and a F sharp, or 7 and 9, or 2 and 4. We'll kind of go back and forth. And you should be able to move between them quickly without, having to stop and think. Alright, so that's a root and a fifth. If you absolutely cannot play a B chord, just do that. And that will pass and be totally acceptable in most cases. But if you want to kind of keep going for it, you're going to add another note, B, F sharp, and then another B. And here I'm going to use my ring and pinky. So that's a 2, 4, 4. And then we're going to do the same thing up here, only it's a 7, 9, 9. B, F sharp, B. Now we got 3 strings. We're halfway there. Eek, missed. Okay. Now the problem starts happening where we have to get into our second string. At this point, you're probably going to have to lay your ring finger flat at the 4th fret. If people are really struggling, I will isolate these and just say, remember that root. Now do that part of it, and just the ring finger flat at the 4th fret, F sharp, B, and then we're adding a D sharp. Totally acceptable, complete B right there. It's a 5th, root, and a 3rd. And of course, then we'll try to get you to bring the index in. And you're pretty much done. But, again, consistency. If you get frustrated, just start over. Make sure you can find that B note. I'm sorry to repeat so much, but my students are like, what? What's a B? Like, dude, you just gotta know it. All right, so now up here it's a little more. Remember the F chord we did. We're just gonna bring in the middle finger. That's your D sharp on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. So the frets are 7, 9, 9, 8, and you're mostly there. If that's killing you, just take off the pointer finger. You can hit all 6 and get kind of a special voicing. Or take away the fat string. Kind of a cool sound. Alright, so again, I think it's important to be able to jump from this one to that one. So maybe practice back and forth. Hit 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 5 strings, whatever you can do. Then, to finish it off, we're going to try to bend that ring finger back. I call that a ski slope. Make sure it's bent back. It's going to go there so we can, back to the 4th fret so we can let the 1st string ring out. Sometimes I have problems with that. Let's see how I'm doing today. No problem. So that's 1st string, 2nd fret F sharp. So it's good to isolate those notes. Make sure you know what you're trying to play. F sharp. Up here, you're just going to probably lay the index flat across 6 strings. There's that F sharp. And eventually you'll get 2 strings on top. Now you can disassemble these and come up with all kinds of combinations, such as that 4-4-4-2 with middle ring pinky. That's F sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp. Sometimes I used to really think that looked weird and felt weird, but over time it does sound, it has a certain sound, and sometimes I like that sound and feel. It's movable, both of these. So you'd want to, again, I'm going to try to remind you, get good at this B and this B. But on this B, you can include the 6th string, 2nd fret F sharp. That's a 5th. It gives you kind of a low resonant note. But there I have muted the 1st string. Having a little trouble. Oh, what's happening? When I add my ring finger, the underside of it just touches it. So it kind of comes and goes with me. Let me give you an easy out for a couple of little tricks here. Here's a B that's in my chord book. I have a couple of books out. You can order them. They're 20 bucks each. This B is like this. Where we go 2-4-4-0-0. That'd be like a B suspended 4th, I believe. And it does have a cool sound. You can move that and get some, there's some sort of C, a C sharp, a D. I'm going to skip the D sharp and go to E. So that's an option for B. Or up here, you can get kind of a similar sound by skipping the bar and just fingertip with your index at the 7th fret. Let those strings be open. You get a B suspended 4. Again, be good at jumping back and forth without hesitating, because you know, if you just want to be fluid with that, and it's not, I don't want you to strain, I just want you to practice it consistently. Don't stress, just hit it every day, get them down, and your muscle memory will take over and you'll just have it there. You won't have to think about B anymore, you'll just play it, move on to something else. And these are movable, okay, so you can move them up to different frets, get different chords. So once you solve the B and the F, then you're ready to just move them up into all 12 keys, and you've solved a lot of problems. So that's why I keep making these videos. My students keep asking about B and F, and they get frustrated, so I'm just trying to help as many people through that as possible. If you want to help me, please subscribe. I check every day to see if I've got a new subscriber. Sometimes there's nothing going on, so I'm really trying, and I appreciate all the positivity. Love seeing the comments. I'm actually going off to a band rehearsal today, so that's always exciting. I hope you're doing great. And this is a 64 Strat with a 3-way switch, so I was in the middle position here. This is the original switch, and I really like that. I don't really need those out of phase nasally tones. I just want the straight normal pickups. No combinations, no fancy stuff. Alright, this is Brook saying see you later, and thanks a lot for stopping by.